Hi, my name's Will, and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I just got my vaccine jab today, and it was a bit better than I first imagined. Naturally, I was a bit hesitant and nervous, especially with all the conspiracy stuff online recently. But yeah, once the vaccine hit my system, the nanites quickly travelled through my circulatory system into my brain and shut down my fear receptors. So now I'm a docile and obedient servant of the state, looking happily forward to my place in the New World Order. So if you're also on the fence about the vaccine, don't worry, there's a place for you too. I'm chatting to Auckland's very own Swerve City tonight. How are you guys?
Yeah,
Great.
man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks heaps.
You're welcome. Could you guys introduce yourselves? And of course, don't forget to introduce the other members who are not present tonight. JP, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'm Shannon. Oh, no, hang on. I'm JP, lead singer and guitarist. And I will also introduce Adam, who is the drums.
I am Shannon. I'm on bass in Swerve City, and I'll introduce Kev, old mate Kev, who is on, lead guitar, extra rhythm guitar, and backing vocals.
Okay, first of all, I guess we should talk about the single that you released just recently, Conspiracy. Speaking of conspiracies.
We recorded it with Zoran Mendonça, and basically a lot of the tracking that was over that last main lockdown as well. So we're kind of we're jumping around lockdowns then with the recording as well. So I think it started off with recording some drums at the lab, and then the lockdown hit, and I tracked some guitars in my studio, and then we ended up finishing up over at Zoran's and at his studio spot, which was awesome. He's such a good guy to record with. So talented and and good times had by all.
He quite often asks bands if he wants if they want him to inject some kind of direction or production into it, and because he quite often has a lot of ideas about like vocal harmonies in particular, guitar harmonies, and like atmospheric background subtle synths and things. So did he do that with you as well?
There was certainly lots of little guitar bits that were kind of put in, and which were, I think, mixed pretty subtly, and but adding a like vibe to it and stuff like that, and synths and stuff like that. So that was my perspective. I thought it's really great to, when there's someone else with heaps of experience, it's always good to just be open and let them have some creative input.
So you're obviously happy with the results.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Really crisp, and all that, the energy that we get in a live show came along quite well in the recording, and that's not always easy to do when you're not recording in a live situation. So super happy with that. Really happy with how all three of them came out, actually.
Yeah.
And what about the music video for it? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We made a music video with a really, really talented and creative director called Fenton Dyer and his awesome crew. So shout out to all of them. Found a place out there's a Corbyn's estate out west of Auckland. I've been out there so many times, had no idea that place, like that particular area, was actually right there in the backyard. And so we had one of the small art rooms, or like warehouse long rooms there, came in. They were so prepared. Everything was just great. Fenton came up with the storyline, all the conspiracies, and us kind of being multiple characters, with JP being the conspiracy theorist. I'm sort of, I'm there kind of thinking, okay, this is getting too much, but then I turn into Stanley Kubrick, and then I turn into a Yeti, and you've got Adam as an alien, and we had Lee from Crooked Royals, and he became the astronaut, and it was just awesome. It was shot really quickly in 2 days, 2 big days of work, but so happy with how the results came out. And it's, our previous ones had quite a serious sort of element to them, and it was really nice, I think, to kind of totally, flip the script and have quite a lot of humor in it. And he really captured all of that. So it was great.
Always wanted to do a Foo Fighters-esque kind of piss take video. So that ticked that box. That was cool.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a Swerve Fest, but of course that didn't happen because of the COVIDs. That seems to have been rescheduled till March next year, I believe.
That's with Crooked Royals, Swerve City, Animal Head, Full Bloom, White Noise Mafia, and States, and it's at Anthology Lounge. It's at March 26th. We've already had a bunch of pre-sales, and it's going to be an awesome night, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we do have to wait until March because unfortunately that cheeky little bug from down the way has turned up again and made us all far too accustomed with Zoom.
I'm actually really enjoying Zoom. Like the first couple of interviews I did, I was quite out of my depth. But yeah, this is actually a lot better. Actually, like not having people come around to my house all the time. It's actually pretty good.
And you don't have to leave yours either.
Yeah.
Teach music, so I got all my classes on there.
Yeah,
daily.
me too.
Yeah, driving from Mangere to Birkenhead daily, I'm not going to lie, it's been quite nice to be here.
There are some perks.
Silver linings, yeah.
Speaking of traveling, you did a North Island tour with Curly's Jewels. Around June? Well, sort of ended up around June this year. How did that go?
That was an awesome start to a tour, and of course Wellington had a lockdown, which robbed us of our Wellington show, which has been rescheduled to April next year. But we managed to fit in Auckland and Tauranga into that before we were inevitably struck once again. But it was going great. Curly's Jewels are like a wicked band filled with wicked people.
So supportive of not just the people they're on tour with, but just musicians in the New Zealand scene in general, and it's really cool, to sort of be able to do some shows with them.
How do you guys approach songwriting, and do you do it independently or do you do it as a group?
Sometimes, like I'll present like a whole song to the band, like drums and bass and everything, and then at that stage, the band has their own say on what gets played where, and because it's not about it's just about making the best music we can. And sometimes Kev will present a whole song minus the vocals. And then sometimes, we'll go to a batch and write where everyone's kind of contributing together. And then sometimes, Shannon will have an idea, or we'll just start writing in the band. We don't have rules, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we make it quite clear there's no.
I think my favorite thing about this band and how it writes is it doesn't matter who brings what to the table. It's at the end, it's the band song, and it sounds like it's the band song.
One of my questions was whether or not you have plans for an EP or an album release on the horizon.
So we've got we're working on a project at the moment, and again bouncing around lockdowns, we're looking at recording an EP and getting some more singles ready for 2022. We've got 3 tracks ready to go. We want to go get some drums recorded at some stage soon. I think we're putting it together piece by piece. When we can, how we can. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can kind of vibe.
Are you looking at more of an EP or more of an album?
I think we're going to go an EP.
That's probably the more sensible thing, because like albums, like you can put a lot into an album, and with the way the algorithms work these days, like most people don't hear the majority of what's on that album,
right.
So
You have to be so willing to make a record, and almost, vinyl it or things like that for it to be heard how you intend it to. And that, it's the algorithm. You're right. Yeah, singles. We've done 4 singles now,
It's basically an EP.
Oh, yeah, well, you could almost just package it up. But no, we'll do a few more.
Have you been using the lockdown in some positive way?
New songs. We've been working on new songs together, bouncing ideas around, and I've been working on my solo project, Arrays. I've been writing some songs with that, and I know Shannon's been working on his solo project as well.
Coming to the end of mixing my album for my other band, Imposter Syndrome. So that's one where I am doing the album, the record, and don't care, going to release it because I want to in that way.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that lockdown has given us ample opportunity to reschedule shows.
You're becoming professional reorganizers.
If you need someone to reschedule your show, get in touch. No show too big, no fee too big.
The procrastinating artists, it's come full circle. Now we're professional at putting things off. Yeah.
It's our time to shine.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's about all we have to talk about for the moment with all the rescheduling and such. So is there anything else you'd like to add at the end of the interview?
There's going to be a little quiet period over summer. Both JP and our drummer Adam are expecting new additions to their family over the summer. So we're going to do our best. So I'm just going to give a shout out to both you, JP, even though you're right there, and Adam, and all the best for that. If we don't, I'm sure we'll see you hopefully before then. But yeah.
All right. Well, thanks very much for chatting with me tonight, and all the best for your shows next year. And I look forward to more singles and hopefully an EP in the future.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
And thanks for watching.